Mid-February 1943. Near the Tunisian frontier, Field Marshal Erwin Rommel sat inside his command post, pen in hand, writing to his wife, Lucy. Only hours earlier, his forces had smashed through American lines at Kasserine Pass. Outside, the Africa Corps celebrated victory. Inside, Rommel was dissecting his enemy. His letter showed no mercy. He described the Americans as soft, poorly trained, led by officers whose mistakes would have earned court-martial in any European army. He had just watched them collapse. More than 6,000 American casualties in 6 days, entire battalions surrendering, weapons and vehicles abandoned across the desert. It reminded him of France in 1940. This was not merely defeat, it was humiliation. Soldiers raised on legends of the Great War were now wondering if they belonged on a modern battlefield. Rommel believed he was watching something more dangerous than a rout. He believed the American spirit itself was breaking. In his letter, he wrote that if Germany struck again within weeks, the Americans could be driven into the sea before they learned how to fight. Berlin agreed. Exploit their weakness now. Do not allow adaptation. Rommel's judgment was not born of arrogance, it was grounded in observation. At Kasserine Pass, American failures were unmistakable. Units were deployed poorly. Radio discipline collapsed under pressure. Infantry and armor operated as strangers. When German forces attacked, American units pulled back without orders, triggering panic that spread like fire. Second Corps Commander Major General Lloyd Friedendahl had placed his headquarters in a canyon 70 miles behind the front. He fought the battle through wires and voices, never seeing the ground. Orders arrived confused, often contradictory. German intelligence compiled the evidence. American equipment was adequate. American soldiers fought bravely when trapped. But American leadership was amateur. These were men meeting the Wehrmacht for the first time, learning war while fighting Germany's best. Rommel calculated the timeline: 6 months to repair leadership, 12 to build doctrine. If Germany attacked again in March, the outcome would mirror Kasserine. German armored doctrine had proven itself since 1939. Concentrate force, break through with armor, exploit with speed, force retreat or encirclement. It shattered France in 6 weeks. It crushed Soviet armies in 1941. It drove the British across North Africa twice. It worked because most armies clung to static defense, lines that German mobility simply bypassed. Kasserine showed the Americans fought the same way. They dug in, they waited. When armor struck weak sectors, they withdrew instead of counterattacking. Rommel studied the ground near El Guettar in central Tunisia. It was ideal. An attack in late March would strike Americans still recovering from humiliation. The psychological edge alone would be decisive. Berlin approved. One more blow would finish American morale. Then Germany could turn fully toward the British while the Americans shipped defeat home. Then intelligence reports arrived. Early March, a command change. Lieutenant General George S. Patton, Jr. assumed command of Second Corps on March 6, 1943. The same corps that had broken at Kasserine. Patton's arrival altered the atmosphere instantly. A siren-blaring motorcade, ivory-handled revolvers. He did not issue suggestions, he delivered ultimatums. The era of the soft American was over. Ties were mandatory. Steel helmets worn in desert heat. Not vanity, identity. They were soldiers, not refugees. Officers out of uniform were fined immediately. Failure to salute brought public reprimand. German analysts remained unconvinced. No general could rebuild an army in 3 weeks. Morale might rise, discipline might tighten, doctrine could not be rewritten that fast. Rommel's health was failing, stomach pain, exhaustion, but his mind remained sharp. He reviewed the El Guettar plan one final time before handing operational command to General Hans-Jürgen von Arnim. Every assumption was logical. Americans would defend passively. They would hesitate under pressure. 3 weeks was not enough. German experience supported every conclusion. March 22, 1943. German forces prepared to attack near El Guettar. The order of battle included 10th Panzer Division with Mark V tanks and the veteran Italian Centauro Division. Commanders briefed expected American behavior, fixed defenses, delayed air support, retreat under pressure. German tanks held superior firepower. 75mm guns could penetrate Sherman armor at 2,000 yards. Sherman's needed 500. In open desert, the advantage was decisive. Artillery prepared suppression plans. Everything was designed to repeat Kasserine. March 23, 1943. Dawn broke over El Guettar. German armor advanced, expecting another victory. They were about to learn that 3 weeks was enough. The attack began at 6 a.m. Lead elements of 10th Panzer moved toward positions held by 1st Infantry Division, the Big Red One. Visibility was perfect, terrain favorable. Then American artillery spoke, not ranging shots, time on target, multiple batteries striking simultaneously, every gun in 2nd Corps focused on a single point at the same second. German forces still relying on horse-drawn guns could not replicate this. The precision stunned them, the volume crushed them. Tanks burned, radio traffic filled with urgent evacuation requests. The Americans were not suppressed. They were methodical, professional observers, experienced crews. 10th Panzer pressed forward. This was expected. The Americans would break. German commanders ordered a push through the barrage. Then, tank destroyers fired from concealment. Mark V's took flank hits. Anti-tank weapons overlapped, creating crossfire that punished every angle. By 9 a.m., German forces had advanced 2,000 yards, yet the Americans held. They were not retreating. They were withdrawing deliberately to prepared secondary positions. For 1st Infantry Division, El Guettar was more than a battle. It was redemption. These were the same men humiliated at Kasserine. Now they did not search for escape. They aligned their sights. Fear had become focus. Radio intercepts confirmed it. Calm voices, clear orders, position reports, coordinated fire, nothing like Kasserine. Infantry held under fire until ordered back. When they moved, they re-established and fought again. No panic. Italian units on the right flank reported fierce resistance. Machine guns opened from overlapping arcs. By noon, the advance stalled at 3,000 yards. This was not the breakthrough Germany expected. Von Arnim received the reports. Objectives unmet. Casualties rising. No collapse. Something had changed. Sherman's were still inferior. Terrain unchanged. Yet the Americans fought with coordination and aggression unaccounted for in intelligence. Artillery strikes arrived with devastating accuracy. Infantry counterattacked. Momentum died. March 24th, von Arnim recommended suspension. Losses were unsustainable. The offensive was called off. German forces withdrew. Intelligence sought answers. Captured soldiers were questioned. Documents analyzed. No new equipment. No major reinforcements. No months of retraining. The change occurred in 21 days. Patton's method was brutal and simple. First, purge leadership. Hesitation ended careers. Aggression earned promotion. Second, rewrite doctrine. Counterattack immediately. Concentrate artillery. Defense meant action, not waiting. Third, reshape belief. Not speeches, training. Reward attack. Punish caution. Recognition was public. Failure immediate. The lesson was absolute. Attack wins. Hesitation dies. German analysts saw the truth. American doctrine neutralized German strengths. Crossfire defeated concentration. Counterattack shattered momentum. Technical superiority no longer guaranteed victory. Germans trusted individual excellence. Americans trusted coordination. Time-on-target artillery became a symphony of destruction. German infantry felt the sky collapse. They were not fighting men. They were fighting a system. Rommel revised his assessments. The Americans learned faster than any opponent Germany had faced. Future offensives would require more resources. New thinking. March 6, 1943. 2 events, 1 day. In Tunisia, Rommel launched his final offensive at Medellin. It failed in hours. British anti-tank fire stopped everything. That same day, Patton took 2nd Corps. Departure and arrival. A turning point. March 9th. Rommel flew to Germany on sick leave. He would never return to Africa. Before leaving, he warned commanders, Do not assume American collapse again. The warning came too late. Guettar proved him right. May 13, 1943, Tunisia surrendered. Over 250,000 Axis prisoners. The campaign ended. From humiliation to victory in under 3 months. German doctrine adjusted. Warnings issued. Expect aggression. Expect artillery. July 10, 1943, Sicily. Patton's 7th Army surged forward. Messina fell. August 17th, American speed shocked defenders. June 1944, Rommel commanded in France. He prepared defenses specifically for Americans. Mobile reserves. Immediate counterattack. His view had transformed. No softness. No amateurism. Material strength combined with aggression. On June 6, 1944, Hitler withheld Panzer reserves. Rommel's fears were realized. At Utah and Omaha, Americans pushed inland despite losses. After surrender, German generals testified. They expected France. They found evolution. Weeks, not years. American artillery coordination was unmatched. Equipment mattered less than doctrine. By 1945, the Americans were unrecognizable. The same army that broke at Kasserine stood among history's most effective. Rommel's first judgment was logical. Patton proved it wrong in 3 weeks. Guettar revealed it. 90 days confirmed it. Leadership mattered more than experience. Doctrine more than machines. Aggression more than steel. Germany built better tanks. America built better doctrine. And when they met, doctrine won. Remember that moment, when adaptation reshaped history, and stay with us to witness how decisions, not destiny, decide wars.